Hello YouTubers. In this video we're going to be installing an accessory for my cargo management system in the back of my 2007 Chevrolet Silverado LT pickup truck. For many of you that have this style truck, 2007 I think to 2014, and this system probably came in later models, but you probably have this thing here installed in the back of your pickup truck from the factory or from the dealership. But you probably think its sole purpose is to move these things around and anchor points for tie down straps or bungee cords or whatever you may have. And you may think this is the purpose of this system. And it's not. This is but a cog in the wheel, the foundation for other accessories that General Motors made for these trucks. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break away in just a moment to my sales brochure that I have of this truck, and we're going to cover the optional accessories that you could have gotten from the dealership with this truck at the time. So let's break away to that, and then we'll come back and look at the parts that I bought. Here's what I'm talking about. These are the options that you could have gotten on your 2007 Chevrolet Silverado. And you could have gotten a bed extender, a large toolbox, the bed divider, which is what we're installing on our truck, or we're about to install on our truck. Could have got an overhead rack, some side toolboxes, and then you did have an option for a bike mount. Outside of that, this is what all goes with the cargo management system, the railing in the back of your pickup truck. All of this is used for that. All right, let's go to opening up our box on our bed divider. Okay, let's open this box up and reveal what we have. All right, so what we're looking at here is the bed divider system. So this allows you to install this frame in the truck, and it moves up and down the length of the bed so that you can put cargo and things that would shift and move forwards and backwards as you're taking off and braking. It locks these things into place, or it locks it better in place. It probably doesn't lock it all the way down, but it locks it down far enough. And this is it. Sliding, whoops. We're looking at this. Why won't you focus? Anyway, this is sliding bed divider. Okay, the first step of this is to orient this bar this way. Next thing we want to do is we want to slide in three of these, excuse me, not three of those, three of these. You can tell they're oblong. They go into this channel here. We're going to be inserting them like so. And they line up with the holes. Where do you see it? The hole there. There's one on either end. So we want to take this next. And it goes this way. So if you can see, we have a lip here. The other side is flush. If it wants to go this way, we need to line these bolts up into this track, like so. Before we lock this down with these three nuts, we want to measure 3.5 inches from the end, this end here. You can see right here at the end, that's where we want to measure. Not the black plastic, not from the end of it, but from the end of the metal. So let's measure 3.5, and then we can lock it down. I am very, very good at it's 3.5. Okay, these bolts are 15 millimeters and they torque to 30 Newton meters. The next thing we want to do is there's a 5 millimeter hex bolt right here. We want to pull that out. That just locks this black cover into place. Moving the plastic piece. And we're going to insert 2 more bolts. Into there. Okay. Now we want to put our cap back on and insert our screw, locking this back in. Okay, the next thing we want to do is take our other optional pieces that we had over here. I don't know what to call them, but this piece here in this orientation, this piece here, this orientation, and we're going to join them with this piece by inserting it into here and into here. At the end of the day, we want to end up like this. Next thing we want to do is we have 4 of these bolts. They go onto into this black thing that joins the 2. Just going to get them started. Okay, now we just need to tighten these up with a 10 millimeter wrench. Okay, these are in nice and tight, but we still have the ability to move it. So this part is done. Okay, the next thing we want to do with our setup here is we want to take this piece of plastic. If you can see it like that, it goes in this way. In like that. Next thing we want to do is take a cap. We have 4 of these. We're going to use 2 of them right now. Insert it into both sides, and we're going to screw it in with these 4 millimeter bolts. Okay, I've got these started, but what you're looking at here, you can see that the cap covers that black plastic that we slid into here. So that's what it's doing, is locking that black plastic into place on both sides. Okay, so let's tighten. Those are in. Next thing we want to do is take one of these and we're going to screw it in. And it's going to go all the way through, come out the other side. I'm not going to have it come all the way out the other side. I don't think that's the point of it now. I'm just getting it in to some degree for now. Okay, now that we've got this piece fixed or built, it says to slide it onto the bottom rail. So this bottom one, like so. And we're going to leave that there. All right, for this piece here, this goes on the passenger side and it orientates itself like this. Before we can insert this into the bottom side rail, the bottom rail down here, before we can insert this, we need to take out this black plastic. So we're going to pull on this pin here and slide that out. Now that that's out, what we're going to do here is, let's do this one-handed. We're going to pick up the part. We're going to set it like that. Now, we want to take our black plastic and we're going to insert it back into the groove. Like so. But I'm just going to keep sliding it forward until I get the last hole into that groove, and then we should be good on this side. Okay, now that this is in this piece is in a round hole, I should be able to slide it until it locks into place. Like so. And the next thing we want to do is insert this. The next next thing we want to do is insert our end caps like that. One of our screws. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to bring our slide mechanism over. Getting it situated somewhat. Underneath here are 2 bolts or 2 screws that are embedded that we're going to be putting this in. And that's where this goes. While we have that side over there started, let's start this side here. If you recall, we have these bolts that we have hanging down, and they attach to this. Now we can just get our bolts started loosely. Okay, this side tightens to 30 foot-pounds, or Newton meters. On to that side. Okay, this side is in nice and tight. All right, that's it. The device is in. Let's get up here and give it a shot. This side slides freely. That side slides freely. This side does not. It's got these pins that lock it in place. Like so. Now when you're ready, when you're really ready, this further locks it in place. And so does this. So this is it. This is all there is to it. Mechanism can slide either way. I still got my hooks. I can move wherever I want. But this is going to be very helpful because I'm constantly changing oil in all the cars. I'm now the patriarch of our family, so I don't just change my oil. I change my extended family's oil and service their cars, and I'm always going back and forth, dumping oil. Anyway, this is going to be helpful for me. This is part 1 of this. The next video, we're going to be installing something else that I really, really wanted that came up online, and I've had a search saved. If you've ever saved a search in eBay, it'll send you a notification when something hits the criteria, and something did hit my criteria after 7 years. Freaking ridiculous. But it hit it, and I bought it right away, and that'll be in the next video. This is just showing you that this truck bed is not just a tie-down strap. It can do far more. Anyway, YouTubers, if you like the video,